Good morning, everybody. Can you hear me down the back, Andrew? Excellent. Okay, so basically I'm going to wrap up the morning session. We've heard from the retailers, and now it's how does GS1 work with the retailers. The great thing is my presentation is really simple. You know, they've done the work. I'm just going to wrap it all up. So ultimately, we've been around for 50 years. So basically what we've been doing with barcodes is assisting industry in being better. So just imagine today if we turned off a barcode and we couldn't scan anything. So we couldn't scan it at point of sale, we couldn't get into our DCs, all the investment that's around us with Matthews here today, all of that got turned off, what turmoil we'd be in. So we've been working, as I said, for 50 years, order fulfillment, working through category management, so product development, going back to the base master data, product identification, and then linking that all the way through the supply chain, most important. So from inventory management, where's my product, where's it going to be, forecasting, analysis, it's all built on the basis of GS1 numbering systems and ultimately the G10. We've mentioned demand planning, your scan data, so paramount to what's understanding, what's your trends, what is happening in the categories, how can I make my product work better, where are we going, what's the next thing we need to work through, and then ultimately that important beep at the checkout. Without the beep, again, we've got a really, really big problem. So that's what GS1 does, and that's what we do with industry. We make everyone try and be better in what they do. So again, working with industry, how do we work with all of the multitudes that are represented? We work at an industry level, so we work with the drinks, AFGC. We had AFGC up just a little bit before, working through their supply chain guidelines and standards. Then we work through with the relevant retailers that sit on our board as well, so Coles, Woolworths, Myer as an example. So they're just some of the representation that work with us to ensure that one, industry is being heard, but most importantly, we're working on programs that are going to support industry. It's not just about GS1 thinking what's best for industry, it's actually reversing that, getting the information out of industry to then develop the best programs to support you guys out in the market. So how does all this work? So you've got your product, you've got your G10s, you've got your standards, but where does it start? GS1 is a global organisation. There's 116 member organisations globally. What we do, we build the standards on a global platform. So it doesn't matter where you are in the world, you can trade. So it's an interoperable program that you can take a product out of your local country, Australia, and trade anywhere in the world and have the confidence that you're going to do it correctly. You're not going to get held up in any roadblock within the supply chain on a global platform. So then what we do, we get the global standards, we then bring them back to Australia, and then where required, we localise that. So we work with government, we work with industry, as I mentioned, the AFGC, the Trading Partner Forum, APCO, we understand what is the tweaks we need to make to ensure that the supply chain standards are compliant and fit for purpose to our local market. It's very, very important. We are a little bit different to the rest of the world, we're different to Europe, so we do need to tweak what's required. And an example of that is our pallet formats in Australia are different to the rest of the world. Then from there, what we do, we drill that down and then understand and work with our retail partners, as I mentioned, the Coles, the Woolworths, the Metcash, and our supplier community, our growers, our farmers, our manufacturers, to ensure that we're all working cohesively and we're meeting what we need to do within the guidelines and using the guidelines as the universal tool. So that universal tool, as I mentioned, we worked, I think it was 2019, 2018, they were developed and tweaked, and the key retailers use that as the basis to their supply guidelines. Now, reality is there is some elements that are aligned specific to business need, but there is industry agreement that the interoperable approach using GS1 standards is the best way to do business. So across all of the mediums, you will see GS1 standards introduced and implemented within the guidelines. So it doesn't matter if you're trading with Coles, Woolworths, Metcash, Myer, your supply chain guidelines, there is going to be common elements to enable you to be work more simplistically, and that links into why we're here today with Matthews. So within the logistics labels, SSCC labels, one of the biggest things that sorry, I need to smile for the ladies down the back. So tying that all in together, so we are working and ultimately doing it in the most cost-effective way. So we're not getting rejections at DC, we're not getting reworks, we're not adding cost to the supply chain. So Sean mentioned this a little bit earlier, and at the advancements that they've made within Woolworths, within their automated DCs, their SSC label challenges are down to 2.44. As an industry measure, it's around 30%. Excuse me. So just high level, we've got challenges inbound conformance, 25 to 30% of challenges inbound. So why things are being rejected. Again, 40% of inbound receipting is linked to SSCC label challenges, whether it's incorrect placement, whether it's printing problems, etc. Some of the other key call-outs, 24% mismatching and non-scanning SSCC labels. So again, print quality, maybe wrong information loaded in, data challenges, etc. From a data sense, from within the National Product Catalogue, for those people that in the audience that may use the National Product Catalogue, 29% of our catalogue are sitting in the bronze area. So there's still opportunity to improve our data quality. Improving our data quality will then reflect through a higher inbound performance of receipting. So again, we need 100% compliance to be able to create that seamless flow through within the supply chain. So from a data quality piece, I mentioned that data quality, poor data quality, impacts on your product visibility, whether that's in the supply chain, whether it's in your DCs, whether it's in your stores. Stock goes missing. If you've got recalls, Coles mentioned that just before, what stock have I got? What stock is in New South Wales? What stock is in specific DCs? If you haven't got that visibility, you're adding cost and you're adding complexity, and ultimately you're disappointing your customer because they can't get the product. So how can GS1 help? So through data synchronization, I mentioned the NPC, the National Product Catalogue. We can support training. So if you guys have a need, you want to understand more, we can put training programs together to support you in your master data journey. Again, just around that auditing and addressing the challenges of master data. So we can come into your business, we can support you and improve how things are being done to then support your retail partners. From an EDI sense, B2B, messaging guidelines, we can assist in the rework of those. We can assist in with our partners, so that the endless or the seamless B2B process is in place. So whether you're trading locally, whether that's international, we can support again through the standards and correct utilisation of the standards to enable that B2B, taking away the need for paper and those touch points. Supply chain, again, we've got our services that can support you, our advisory services, so we can come into your business, whether it's a retailer, whether it's a manufacturer, and we can work through an audit process. So where are your touch points, where are your pain points, and then putting recommendations in to support you to overcome those areas and ultimately get more stock into your trading partners. So again, the final piece there, just emerging standards and technology, and one of the key emerging standards is 2D barcodes. So emergence or the evolution of the 1D. So we mentioned at the start, 50 years ago we started going beep. We're going to continue to go beep, but we're doing it in a more holistic way, using 2D barcodes, being able to hold more information, being able to engage with your customers, being able to have all of the information that's aligned to that product within the barcode. So it's just not going beep, it's actually embedding product master data, customer information, traceability information, certifications that are going to enable you to be, again, better in how you do business. So that's all from me today. Thank you very much for your time. It was a quick overview, but again, as I said, everything that we've just spoken about, the presenters prior, all have common themes, and that's about how can we support and assist our trading partners, our members. Our members are our suppliers in doing business better. So thank you very much this morning, and thank you very much to the Matthews team for enabling us and allowing us to be able to stand up here and represent GS1 today. So thank you very much.